Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to Alianza FC versus Philadelphia Union in the first leg of the 2023 Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League. The best tournament, the most entertaining tournament of the year is finally back. Going to be a good run. Round of 16, some of the more entertaining ties, of course, are going to be played these next 2 weeks. Already, of course, Austin losing to Violette 3-0 with 5 minutes to go. Stoppage time, of course. I can't believe it. I legitimately can't believe it. Austin are losing to Violette. They got Independiente, and they didn't get an away goal either. Feels a lot better when it's not your team. I can tell you that much. With that being said, put it down on the tracker once we get on to the next tie. There we go. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. That says 0. For some reason, that says 2. I have no idea. All right. With that being said, starting 11s for Alianza. Mario Gonzalez in goal. Back for Camilo Mancia, William Canales, Henry Romero, Alexi Montes. The back four. Midfield for Narciso Orellana, Oscar Rodriguez, Marvin Monterosa, and Isaac Portillo. The two strikers, Rodolfo Zelaya and Michel Mercado for Alianza. For Philadelphia Union in goal, you have Andre Blake, the captain. The back three of Jack Elliott, Nathan Ariel, and Kai Wagner. Midfield five of Andres Pereira, Jack McGlynn, Damian Lowe, Joaquin Torres, and Jesus Bueno. Front two of Chris Donovan and Quinn Sullivan. But unlike Austin, this ain't no great result for Austin. Unlike Austin, Philadelphia are putting their best players on the bench. They do have Gazdag. They do have Carranza, Ura on the bench if need be. Well, if this happened, I'm sure it'll probably end up needing to be the case. But with that being said, 3 more minutes before they move on to the next game because Austin Violette's still going on 3-0. Comments, Duncan, Austin getting ass kicked 2-0 first half. No, it's 3. Independiente style. It feels a lot better when it's not your team. How we doing, Celador? Again, you said that in my predictions video, or on the comments of my predictions video. I did not expect this. I'll throw my hands up. I didn't expect an Independiente style situation with Violette. Maybe I didn't give enough credit to Orlando City, but I said they had a pretty good, underrated off season. So there we go. We got Isaiah says, here we go. Second. How we doing, Hans? Good evening to you. What's good? It's time for Concacaf again. Woo. Great result for Austin FC. Was Austin using their B team? Yes, only 2 starters. Only 2 starters. Stuver and Fagundes. No. Wait. No. It was 2 starters. 2. Everybody else with tie-ups. Congratulations. Can't wait for another CONCACAF season. Well, I mean, we're already going, but of course, for the first big stream, first full match stream, yes. I cannot believe it. I'm sitting here watching Austin Violette. I'm damn near slack-jawed, but of course, I have to talk, so I'm ready to talk about Philly, but damn, what a slack jaw. What up, Rainiel? How we doing? We got Philly on the cards in a minute. No B team after that first leg. What happens when you fool around? Exactly. At least Philly has their best players on the bench. So let's put it like this. They didn't need to learn the lesson, but if they were watching, they learned their lesson. But I'm sure Jim Curtin wants all that smoke. So, they put their best players on the bench just if need be. So there you go. Austin's getting whooped by Violette. I'm watching right now. Both on FS1. Union Snakes. We got the Union Snakes. Don't tread on me, of course. Watching a video called Worst Gym Trends for Coming Here. Honestly, that's better than... That's way better. There it is. Early underdog predictions. For me, I got Real España. And that is a full-time whistle, 3-0 for Violet. I've still got Real España beating Vancouver. I got Olympia beating Atlas. So, Real España and Olympia for me. I don't know if they'll get further than the quarterfinals, but that's pretty good for a lower-level team. Speaking of, need to put that 3-0. Boom. 3-0. Let's go, Union. I got them going to the finals, so they better do that. And going to be close. If this match ends 3-0, Josh Wolff got it wrong. He did. They're going to play everybody. And here's the bad part about that. If you're Austin, you have to play everybody next week. You have to play everybody. Everybody. Rigoni, Driussi. You have to play everybody. And they're already going to have to play 90 minutes on the weekend. Or you either rotate on the weekend just for the hope that you overturn this deficit without an away goal. They're in some trouble. They're in some trouble. They're in some trouble. And that's why you send your best players on the plane just in case. I know. Seen you on Parcero's shows before. So, how's Violet win 3-0? It's Concacaf. Anything can happen. That's all I'm going to chalk it up to. And arrogancy. Arrogancy by Austin. When you have no Concacaf experience, you should not be arrogant. Even when you do, you shouldn't be arrogant. Because, there you go. You know I love my son's Real España, good sir. I know. You'll get a review of the first leg. Don't worry. Where were we? Austin. Skulls. 3-0 final. Gym fits oversized TAK pump, cover 5-inch shorts, and a headband to keep the curls back with black gym shoes. That sounds like a pretty good outfit. Waiting for the game to start. What just happened, bro? Oh, we already said that. Next year, Cruz Azul's going to win it. You have to get to the final of the Liga with Tuca. Yeah, good luck. Yeah, good luck. Second one's in Texas. Josh made huge mistakes. Agreed. Austin have no experience in CCL. It showed. That's why I say if you need to have experience. I just thought this was such a soft opponent that, there you go. But, of course, right? Sometimes it happens. Exactly. When you have no experience, especially when you have no experience, but you got to take them seriously. Yeah, this is Pachuca's tournament to lose. But Union versus Pachuca in the final for me, as I said. Kickoff about to happen here. Jim Curtin got that drip. 2 minutes to kick off. Austin did suck. TFC. Of course. They didn't take him seriously. Agreed. Austin did not take Violette seriously. It's okay for me not to take them seriously or say you're definitely the underdog. You're the worst team in the tournament. I could say that, but you shouldn't listen. As I said, TFC. But again, I think Philly will do much better. So Austin FC gets shut out. MLS team looks horrible to start the tournament. Of course. We got Tigres Orlando as well. That should be better as well. Hey, at least for Philly and Orlando's sake, at least you're not Austin. It could always be worse. Philly, you're playing a pretty good team in Alianza, a historical team. In Cuscatlán, which is a hell of a stadium to play in. I still think they'll take them seriously, but it's still a hell of a stadium to play in. And then Tigres versus Orlando City. Well, Tigres was the best team in Pot 2. They're Mexican. They're playing in El Volcán. There you go. Will Chivas be Clausura 23 finalists? No. Austin did worse than Colorado. Well, yeah, they did. That is more embarrassing for sure. I agree. Maybe not. Right now, Federico Bernardeschi, all-time Dwayne De Rosario. Of course. Even a CPL team could put up a fight against Violette, maybe pull a 2-1 away. Forge would whip Violette's ass. You have Forge play Violette, Forge would have whipped their ass. Not just put up a fight, they would have whipped their ass. Hell, Pacific whipped Waterhouse's ass. So, Pacific was a little bit questionable last year. Austin are frauds. Looks like it to me. And here comes the kickoff for Alianza Philadelphia. FS1 is doing horrible with CCL production. They really don't care about the sport anymore. Hey, Concacaf, put it all on frickin' Apple TV. Screw it. Or actually just put Concacaf on Paramount Plus. Either way. I don't think CCL is going to be on Fox anymore after this season. They already screwed off Concacaf League. And, well, they're doing horrible here. So, just put it on Paramount Plus. Just with all the national team competitions. And we've kicked off Union in their 2022 home kits. Alianza in the white. Because I guess the away kits would have been too light. W. Chivas on fire right now. Beat one of the best teams in the league. Monterrey Tigres and Thai champs Pachuca all the way. Okay, no, maybe you're better than I thought. Would have been great to see Forge FC and CONCACAF. Well, they didn't make CONCACAF League last year because they lost to Pacific, and, well, Pacific didn't make it far enough to make Champions League. But it would have been nice to see Pacific make Champions League. I have no idea, but the fact that they basically made CONCACAF League in North America be played on YouTube the whole way last year, and then the fact that they're absolutely just bungling the production of CCL, and they've done better, and it seems like they don't care about the sport anymore in North America. It kind of feels like it is. But like you think they'd want a new deal for 2024 anyway, especially with the rebranding and the re-expansion. You would think. But you would think. FS1 makes CCL look like a bigger joke than it already is. This year for sure. Union 2, dupes incoming. Nike shorts. Undershirt. I just wear my undershirt. It is what it is. One of my undershirts. Tennis shoes. I don't go too hard for the fit, which maybe is a problem. I don't know. Fox or frauds just like Revolution last year in CCL. Again, Mario Gonzalez in goal for Alianza. The back four. And they're passing back. Alexi Randeros, Camilo Mancia, Henry Romero, William Canales, Isaac Portillo, Narciso Orellana, the midfield 2, Michel Mercado, Marvin Monterosa, Oscar Rodriguez, the midfield 3, and Rodolfo Zelaya, the striker. Wait, hold on. No, I think they got it wrong. Jeez, they are bad. Cruzul eliminated Forge in 2022 Champions League. They were there last year, yes. 3-0, says Raniel. And that may be a little bit, I'd say 2. But we'll see. Andre Blake in goal for the Union. They're going 4-4-2. Kai Wagner, Jack Elliott, Damian Lowe, Nathan Harriel. Also, CONCACAF did screw that up. Jack McGlynn, Joaquin Torres, Jesus Bueno, Andres Pereira, the midfield. Quinn Sullivan and Christopher Donovan, the strikers. Austin did get spanked. I agree. Yes. Because you still... Olympia, like when it comes to Champions League and then they bring in the Central American clubs, Olympia, Alajuelense, Alianza, they're historical clubs that could do anything. They could pull upsets. And people act like they can't. And then you have the smaller ones and it's like, yeah. So no, I do think so. Austin FC has Leagues Cup, so every team in MLS will have to experience Liga MX teams from now on. Hey, maybe they could learn from this Concacaf experience for Leagues Cup. That was a disgrace from Austin losing. I agree. I'm sure Austin will do better in Leagues Cup. I forgot about that. Still, got to give it to them. They played hell of a lot better than any other Central American club. Fourth minute, 0-0. Settle. Where are we? Agreed. Everyone's being fraudulent right now. I mean, Forge did play well last year. Playing defense here. So now Austin has to score 4 or 5 goals to get about aggregate or win on aggregate. Yep. 3-3 would be a penalty, or 3-0 for Austin at home would be a penalty shootout. They'll have to score 4 or 5. I don't know if they can. They haven't been good so far. I mean, they beat Montreal by the skin of their teeth. They lost to St. Louis, and they kind of gave it away, but they still lost to St. Louis at home. They got owned by Violette. Honestly, Austin right now, they don't look so good. Maybe last year was a false level of what they were. Austin is a potential fraud so far. Not yet. I'm sure it will be. Let him have some time. Maybe he'll get in here. Philadelphia defending, plays it forward, and that's out for a throw. Austin's a pretender. I agree with that. 22. Jesus, Maron. 22 people. I can see why freaking StreamYard ain't showing me that. Jeez. All right. Austin coming back in the second leg. I hope they do because I want my prediction to be right. Do I think they will? No. I think they put themselves in a big hole. I really do. They're in trouble. Timbers are going to be adding a starting center back, potentially midfielder, and Boley is coming. Things are doing good for the Timbers. Wish Toronto FC can make those moves in the freaking window, but they won't. Philadelphia playing forward, and that's a bad giveaway. Harriel gets pushed, and that's not a foul. Sure about that? No. I question it. Austin equals pretender. LAFC is more of a contender than Austin. They have little depth. I agree with that. Last time Andre Blake was in El Salvador, he conceded in the last minute for El Salvador to equalize, but Alex Roldan. Oh, yeah, he did. El Salvador is a hard place to play. I think Violette will just park the bus next leg. If they know what's best for them, they will. Again, they pulled an Independiente. No matter what happens in the match in Texas and every other Champions League club be lining up to go against Austin. I do agree. Violette goes through. Who will they play? They'll play the winner of Leon versus Tauro. So probably Club Leon. Very likely Club Leon. And then Leon probably has a clear path to the semifinals for the first time in forever. If they screw that up, they're bad. They should be able to beat Tauro and Violette, and then they'll have a clear path to the semifinals where they got skull drugged by Pachuca or Tigres. Or Orlando. Maybe. We need an Ice Spice halftime show this CCL final. How about Coyle Ray? I say Coyle Ray's better. Yes, I remember. Everybody has their bad moments in CCL. I remember. 8th minute. 0-0, 0-0. Kai Wagner plays forward. Sullivan, he could have had a chance there. That was a baptism by fire. I agree. They got thrown in the deep end and they sunk. They were a baby thrown in the deep end of the pool and they sunk. Headed away. Austin needed to win. 3-0 or win 5-1 to stay alive. Or they could win 4-0. After watching these results, Toronto and St. Louis City better not get annihilated by Austin. That would be too much to forgive. Well, by the time Austin better, and I'm not completely sure when they play St. Louis again, but they're playing in St. Louis. So, hey, if Toronto gets annihilated by Austin, I wouldn't be shocked. Austin cannot afford to give up away goals. Exactly. They needed an away goal. I said it, if it got to 3, they needed an away goal. They didn't get it. This is just like Independiente, except I'm not mad about it. It feels a lot better. Random one. Do you think DC will go far this season as Rooney got a preseason and more experience? DC ain't half bad. They aren't as bad as I thought they would be. But I don't think they'll be that high in the East. They'll still be a low-level, barely a playoff, wild card team. But they are better than I thought. Di Pietro, pretty good player. I like Benteke. They got rid of Ravel, which they're not letting him play, which may have been a smart decision. I think they needed to shake up that locker room a bit. Their defense looks better. They're getting Assad back, it sounds like. So, honestly, they'll probably be around a wild card team. They're a little bit better than I thought. So, I wouldn't say go far, but they'll improve. Gracias. An MLS documentary like the Formula One Netflix one will do crazy numbers for the league. I like Drive to Survive, so I would like the MLS version too, or whatever they do out of that. 10th minute. That's a foul? Are you kidding me? So Harriel gets freaking sideswiped and no foul, but that's a foul. Huh. That makes no sense to me. Huh. All right. Alianza playing forward. Banger over the bar. Goal kick. I would agree with that. I remember seeing Liverpool slap the hell out of Man City. I was like, you mean Man United 7-0? Any news on the Canadian men's national team? It seems like the CBA situation, the collective bargaining situation, is starting to resolve itself. Of course, Bontis is gone. Thank God. Things are starting to clear up. Things are starting to get a little bit more happy in the Canadian portion. Women, men's, national teams, of course. There you go. Oh, Alianza's top of their league. 19 points. Alianza. They wouldn't just put it to where they were, right? Aguila, Hunts Deportivo, Dragon, Luis Angel Firpo, and Faz under Alianza. Poor old Austin, another quick MLS exit. Feels like 2019. Here's a shot. Sullivan over the bar. If he could have kept that down just a little bit more. You speak for everyone when you say, I carry your chat. Everybody's great here. By the way, Best Buy has a 3-month free trial for Apple TV for its members, so get that too. It gives reduced price for season pass. So if a Best Buy around here would have been nice to know about that. Probably still a catch though. Friend told me Target's giving away free trials to Apple Music. Just create a Target account to get it. I use Spotify, so yeah. I mean, I do have an Apple phone, but I use Spotify. Spotify is better. Even as a free, ad-supported, Spotify is better. 13th minute, 0-0, settle. Online. I know they're playing on May 20th, but that's 2 months from now. Austin could be much better. Austin could be much better by then. Toronto, I don't know. I don't know how much they could grow by then or get better. So just by the fact that there's more opportunity for Austin to grow and get better than Toronto does, I mean, I'm not surprised if Toronto freaking has a great season or they get annihilated half the time. I don't know. Maybe things get better quickly. Maybe they don't. Spotify does rock, so I said what I said. Falcon Punch! Yeah, that is pretty nice. We're beating the Crew Saturday. Bank on it. I hope. MLS has a really big home field advantage, and you're playing your home opener. You better put your best performance out so far at home opener. So, yeah, I would hope. Trillium Cup, home opener. Not that Trillium Cup really matters. Sure. August 20th, St. Louis versus Austin in St. Louis. I think St. Louis can win that. No. I don't even think. Could he? Oh, good. When will they bring back group stages? Never. I don't think CCL has enough teams for a group stage. As you could tell by the time they lowered the group stage, then made it all knockout. They know. Maybe if the boats rise. MLS has huge home field advantage. I agree. Gibbs retired. Kieran Gibbs is mid. Do better than him. I'd rather Toronto bring back Tony Gallagher than get Kieran Gibbs if we can't keep Richie Larea, frankly. Now, yeah, I thought so. Even if we could. I know this is random, but in your opinion, do you think MLS needs Pro Rel? It's never going to happen, so I don't know why there should be an opinion. It's never going to happen. Even if I think it does, it's never going to happen. So, what's the point about debating it? It's never going to happen. Even if you think it should. I don't. I mean, I do think there should be Pro Rel. I think at some point there are some teams that deserve to be in MLS that can't buy in. Like you look at Louisville. You look at Louisville. I think Louisville should be in MLS. Louisville would be great to see them promoted. They're not going to buy in, though. Here's a chance for the Union. Rounds the keeper. That's got to be dog so. No foul? No, it is a penalty. It looks like it's a point. Nope. No, it is a goal kick. Are you kidding me? My bad. No. You got, nah. I think there's VAR. I'd check it. San Antonio FC for promotion. Yeah, they're another one. Phoenix as well. But I really want to see Louisville. That should have been a penalty. I say they check VAR, and they're not. Check the thing. Concacaf. I think that was dog so. Last man back, goalkeeper. Nah, that's a penalty. Prayers. Montreal, Shermis, and Torres right now. I could have told you about that. I could have told you. Montreal was going to suck anyway, though. But, yeah, losing Torres after getting rid of Jordi Mihailovic and almost everybody worth a damn besides Kamal Miller. Yeah. Oh, and Romel Kyoto. Yeah, sure. Montreal for the wooden spoon. That true. That too. Pro Rel and MLS would not include lower league teams, just be MLS teams only. Like what, 40 teams, 20 per league, MLS 1 and 2. That's probably the way it would happen if there was Pro Rel. That's the only way the owners would allow it. I agree. Like 20 teams per league, top 3 go up, bottom 3 and 1 go down, top 3 and 2 go up. Something like that. Because they would expand to a point where they could probably do that. And besides, you could take all the teams that don't really spend anymore and put them in 2. Like Real Salt Lake and DC and some of the older guys who don't really care. Wagner with a cross. Header over the bar. Philly. They're looking a lot better than Austin did, I can tell you that much. Sullivan has been knocking at the door from time. Or Donovan, my bad, that was Chris Donovan. But again, he's been knocking at the door from time. Would you take Giroux? Easy headers for him every match. Yes, I would. Toronto needs a good striker. Diamande ain't even that guy. Diamande's good. He ain't that guy, though. Yeah, Giroud would be great. Tap-ins, crosses from Insigne and Bernardeschi. No, I would take Giroud. Yeah. I'm a big fan of Giroud anyway, so. Austin was minus 1,500 before the game. I'm glad I didn't bet on that. Or, I wouldn't even have been as deluded to bet on freaking Violette. That would have never. Good thing there wasn't any prize picks either because they didn't bring half their damn squad. There are soccer prize picks, turns out. They didn't bring half their squad. Over to bar. Turns out. Thierry Henry was interested in taking over USA, and I don't know if that'd be a great idea considering how he did with the Montreal team. Let's also consider there's the COVID tax there. They did make the playoffs. They played a wild card game. Henry, though, he's too good to coach players of even the USA's level, I think, personally. Thierry Henry thinks players are as good as him, and they're not. So, there you go. MLS, USL, League One, Championship, League One, League Two, MLS Next Pro, NPSL, NISA. There's like at least 8, if not 10, in men's leagues. They have a pyramid. Just really isn't a pyramid. It's more Miami a contender? I believe so. Free kick for Alianza. And stops quick. Asking because Iragoni, Salinas, and their owners are considering removing ProRail permanently from Liga MX. Shot blocked away. I thought they were going to bring it back. I thought they were bringing back ProRail. Descenso and Ascenso. I thought they were bringing it back. Yeah, I kind of figured they would bring it back for a little bit, then take it away again if they did. Interesting. Nice. I think Miami can win the Shield if you get enough points before Messi comes in, if Messi does come in. So, there you go. 21st minute. Trying to make more green. I know that's what that's what the FMF does. That's what they do. They want to make money. They don't care about anything else. I agree. Henry isn't a great coach. Henry isn't a great coach at all. No man management or creative tactics. Michael Carrick or Vincent Kompany would do brilliant MLS. Well, no. Kompany is about to be in the Premier League, so you could say goodbye to that. Michael Carrick, I'm not so sure. Cross over the bar. That'll be a goal kick for the Union. Still settle. Canales puts it over. Not bad, but there you go. There you go. ProRail USA clubs will never happen. Never going to happen. Not a chance. I agree. I would go as far as to say it's only a few USA fans get it. Most USA fans say they don't understand it and despise it. I would say casuals, yeah, they don't get it. I would say people on like MLS Reddit, they get it and they want it. But you're basically, to me personally, you have the big Euro snobs that probably want it. That's probably one of their big things to watch the league. So you're in trouble there. I don't think you're going to get them until you do it in some sort of way. And there you go. But again, you're pretty much in between a rock and a hard place, you know, I think personally. It's just what it is. I did. Okay. Boring game. Just watching this Philly game in Estadio Cuscatlán brings back memories of World Cup qualifying last year. Yeah, kind of does. Or just Concacaf League or anytime there is a game at Cuscatlán. Or especially that Nations League game. I know it's not as muddy, but remember that freaking mud fight, that mud pit. Nations League, USA, El Salvador. That was nuts. That's out for a goal kick for Alianza. I say no, but I mean, if getting them makes you money. Like, I'm totally fine without the Euro snubs. There's a reason I like Concacaf more. I have fun watching this. Didn't Canada play a muddy field before? No, they played on a slip and slide. There's a difference down in Honduras. No, they played on a slip and slide back in Nations League in Honduras. There's a difference during a tropical disturbance. There's a difference. It was a slip and slide. Be a year ago in about 2 months. Difference. CONCACAF feels it more at home to me. I agree. Promotion and relegation is awesome. Bad teams deserve to go down. I mean, I agree, but again, it's not going to happen in this country. So, again, why are we freaking debating it? Remember that where Musa fell in the mud? Yeah, I remember everybody in general. Those U.S. jerseys were so white. By the end of that game, they were covered in mud. How's Wanyama doing with Montreal? I mean, he's doing okay. I mean, they kept him. So, I mean, that means something. So they share police before? Huh? Like, are you saying, do you know they share police before? I still, even if you're saying that, that doesn't really make any sense. Exactly. Because the owners in MLS bought into the MLS and MLS proper. So they bought an MLS proper, not USL Championship, not MLS 2, none of that. Found out my best friend's going to the gym now. He got gym drip too. Nice. Throw in for the Union in 26 minutes. That is Harriel to throw in. Throw in here. High throw in, headed away. The Union's still looking for their first and an away goal as well. Alianza still having moments as well. 3-on-1. Cleared away. No, there's an opening here. Cross save by Blake. Big save by Andre Blake in the 27th minute, or about the 26th minute. Hit that like button, y'all. Let's get this one going. Of course, we also will be live for Tigres Orlando, and we'll review that match as well. This one is just a live stream. Andre Blake takes the goal kick, plays it forward. Champions League, yes. The Union's playing some great football. They should be up by 2 goals. I agree, because Donovan's been knocking on the door. I wouldn't be shocked. Leafs Blues in the second round. Or not Leafs Blues. Leafs Bruins in the second round. My bad. Leafs Bruins in the second round. And we'll probably get owned. Who was the bigger flop? Higuain or Bastian Schweinsteiger? Schweinsteiger was a bigger flop in MLS. Higuain had a great last season. That overtakes. Like, he finally hit his form. He had his moments, especially in his last season. Bastian Schweinsteiger was absolutely just a ghost. Like, especially when they made him a center back for no reason whatsoever. 2017 was okay, but then they made him a center back for no reason whatsoever. Bastian Schweinsteiger, even though he was older and slower, I think Bastian Schweinsteiger was the bigger flop. Most thing I remember him in MLS was the World Cup quip. That's about it. His introductory press conference. Oh, and when Bayern played Chicago Fire, his testimonial. That's about it. What's up? We're talking about Pro Rail. We got a Pro Rail person in here. Somebody smelled blood in the water, didn't they? There you go. Is your favorite team in the Champions League? No. Because, well, Vancouver beat them on penalties. 29th minute, 0-0, settle. Union should be up by 2. They're playing damn well here. Alianza can't really find an answer. They've had some outlets, but nothing more. Didn't think Miami would shut out Philly. I agree with that. What's up, Connor? How we doing? Crepeau or St. Clair? Crepeau. I don't think Dane St. Clair is there yet as a starter. Are they going to make the regular season fit? Are they going to fit the schedule with new playoff changes? MLS Cup will be on December 9th, so we're back into early December. Again, thanks to Leagues Cup and the best of 3. But it will be before Christmas, MLS Cup. You know, honestly, early December MLS Cups just fit. You know, they're just right. Those early November ones were weird. The last time Toronto was there. Upset happens. Bastier or Gerard, bigger flaw. Gerard or Bastian Schweinsteiger? They both were big flops. I don't know who was bigger. I'm still going to go with Schweinsteiger. Gerard didn't play well, but I'm still going Schweinsteiger. Leagues Cup's going to be a great midsummer competition. I mean, I agree, but from a USL MLS Pro Rel enthusiast saying that? Didn't expect to see that. I do watch the Premier League. Yes, I do. When's the Concacaf Super League? It's better than CCL. There will not be a Super Cup. I mean, Super Cup, MLS pretty much already just said, hey, we're going to do Campeones Cup, and that's basically the Super Cup. So, exactly. Third World War. I'd rather it be started over Pro Rel than... At least that's an inside the country problem. Cross in. Then again, wouldn't it just be the second Civil War instead of World War III? That's going to be cleared out for a corner kick, and an Alianza player is down. Who's your favorite team in the Premier League? Chelsea. It's been a bad season, but at least they're in the last state of the UEFA Champions League somehow. They're going to end up winning the Champions League, UEFA Champions League somehow. Chaos reigns. Pirlo or Lampard? Biggest flop, Lampard. I'm still hoping that one day Liga MX and MLS can be invited to play Copa Libertadores, but until then, I'll take the Leagues Cup. I agree with that. I also agree with that. Andre Blake's playing a good game. Damian Lowe hasn't done anything that jumps off the page, bad or good. So he's steady. Andre Blake's made a good couple of saves. Looks good to me. 33rd minute. When MLS goes to Copa Libertadores, they need to get better. Hey, if you have the big teams going to Copa Libertadores, you're going to be fine. You have some mid-tier teams, you're in trouble. Philly looks like they should be up 2-0 already, frankly. Donovan has made some good runs. Should have had a goal already. Blocked away and cleared. Oh, that was a bad clearance, but Sullivan gets it clear. Back to the Union. Oh, here's a good run. Can they beat the defense and I'll be blocked away for a throw-in? Nope, stays in just barely. Good run. Real Madrid, that's Spain for me. Bastian Schweinsteiger or Lampard, who gets the crown for worst MLS flop? Lampard. He did not give a crap. Lampard. I want both. Concacaf Champions League and Copa Libertadores. I want both. I want both. Toronto needs to win CCL first, but I want both. Wow. That'll be a free kick for Alianza, 34th minute. We got Tigres versus Orlando on FS2, and I hope that Illinois-Purdue game don't run over. Antonio from West Ham for Toronto. He ain't leaving the Premier League. If Toronto could snap up Michail Antonio, I would love it. He ain't leaving the Premier League though. It's too good. Unless they want to move on to Gianluca Scamacca. Maybe if they sack David Moyes, maybe there's a chance. They still do have open DP spot, but they would have to have a transfer fee, and it would go absolutely. I think it's too much, but it would be nice. They said it'd be probably too much, or I would say they didn't want to spend too much on their next DP spot, but their last one. But hey, maybe if Moyes gets sacked, maybe they want Scamacca more. And other strikers than Michail Antonio, which I don't know if this is the best move, but that's what I want to see, the best club teams in all of America's North, Central, and South America, but MLS has to at least establish they have some elite teams coming out of North America. I agree. I think they have some not high-level clubs, but they have some top-level clubs that could do it. Tigres went to the final in 2015. They weren't in CCL that year. Yes, and then they lost to River Plate. They got owned by River Plate. I think you should. Be useful for late nights, too. More lights can't hurt. I don't think so. Especially in the winter as well. Worth a shot. Because they just played 2 games. They've only played 2 games so far this season. They're still in semi-preseason form. At least they've played 2 games. The first round is always trash for MLS teams comparison to later if they make it farther. And they probably also underrate the Central American teams a good bit, which is what most of them are playing. So I think it's a cavalcade of things. 37th minute, throw in for Alianza. Probably. Because Vancouver sucks. That's why I said that. Did you not see their last 2 results? Real España is better than that. I didn't say Vancouver was a top-level MLS club. Toronto should be. We're not, but we should be. And we spend like we are. I guess that doesn't work. Toronto FC versus any club of your choice. Toronto versus Chelsea. I do root for Toronto, but Toronto versus Chelsea, that would be great. Especially at the Club World Cup. That'd be nice. Fine, just fine. Fine, just fine. Oh, in South America, I want Toronto versus Boca Juniors. That just seems like a game. I want to see that. Toronto versus Boca. I want to see that. Well, that I didn't expect. Nobody expected that. You ask somebody who isn't a Violette fan that says, oh, did you expect Violette to smash Austin? They would say no. You're a liar if you said you expected that. And probably a bad one at that. So far for the car mods, you're adding our interior LEDs that I already got. LED door sills, LED strip lights like the ones from Tron, Galaxy Starlight Projector. Damn, you're going all out, but I like it. I like it. MLS teams didn't fare well against teams outside the U.S. Sounders did good last season. And Sounders did well against Al Ahly too as well. Let's just remember that. Boca 4-2 Toronto. Yeah, probably. It'd probably be worse. At this point, probably be worse. Oh, and a car door protector light for fancy cars that have the shine on the ground. Why does MLS not go play with the team of Spain? Because they don't play. Not many teams play friendlies anymore. Balotelli put Toronto in the international scene for all the good and bad reasons. Yeah, why not have a full Italian front line? Why not? 3 Italian DPs on the front line, worth it. I like Balotelli, and I think he's a lot more serious now. So he'd still be a great striker in MLS. Yeah, give me all 3: Insigne, Bernardeschi, and Balotelli. Give me all 3. Why not? I was calling for it last year, and honestly, I'm still sticking with it. Don't remind me. Don't remind me. The chat is busy tonight. I love it. It's great. I'm having fun. Free kick here in the 40th minute. Kai Wagner for the Union. Watching that game last time Austin brought a new player made me question mark. I don't know why. I still don't know what the hell I watched with Austin. Like, I'm legitimately still shell-shocked of what I watched. Vancouver sucks. That's why I said club from Honduras would eliminate Vancouver. If Vancouver eliminated Toronto, Vancouver sucks, and Toronto are in CPL right now. Well, we have a point this season. They have 0. So, we're better. And we've scored more goals than they have. They've only scored 2. We've scored 3. I'd say that's better. 40th minute. I remember the crazy friendlies we had. MLS clubs like DC United getting spanked by Bayern Munich, Pumas getting spanked by Barcelona, and Barcelona spanking Inter Miami. Oh, yeah, there was that last year. Yeah. And Pumas got spanked by Barcelona as well. Oh, yeah. Both of those were last year. That's because Sounders invest well in these international competitions. They want to be known as one of the elite clubs in North America, not just MLS. They're thinking outside the box. And Toronto did the same, or is trying to do the same. They at least think outside the box. It just never comes off. Damn. Shaped like airplane air fresheners. There you go. Nice. The expanded Club World Cup, I think 4 is fair. I think 4 is fair. 12 for your UEFA, you expect that. Aubameyang, oh, hell no. No. I've watched enough of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang with Chelsea this year, and he's been crap. No, he's finished. He's washed. And no, you should never put Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in the same sentence as Zlatan. Don't do it. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's disrespectful to Zlatan. Alba's washed. 42nd minute. Fair enough. All 3 clubs did fail. I agree. Last year. Toronto, Vancouver, and Atlanta. I agree. Yeah, he's finished. There we go. They at least try. It just never comes off right. Or barely does. If we could somehow pull that off, that would be great. But the LA Galaxy still own his rights. So. But hey, if we can make a trade to pull that off and then get him as a DP, that would be great. Because I know he wants to come back to MLS. That would be amazing. He did score his 500th goal in Toronto, so he does have a connection. And Insigne with Bernardeschi and Insigne with Zlatan. Jesus Christ. Damn. That'd be like 3 goals a game. We wouldn't even have to worry about the defense. I guess worry a little bit, but brain hurts. San Antonio FC is playing Sunderland this summer. Should be a fun game. Actually, I need to know when that's happening. I may just cover that. If I'm able to watch it, I may just cover that. That sounds interesting. Sunderland's on their way back up. San Antonio's a pretty good club. That sounds interesting. 43rd minute. If I'm able to cover it, I may just. And Alianza plays forward. 2 minutes of stoppage time. Messi's going to Miami, so there you go. I've heard of AOL Instant Messenger. I've heard of it. I've also been around in the time where modems were loud as hell. You know what I'm talking about. So no, I know. Never used it, but I've heard of it. And I remember when modems were loud as all hell and beeped incessantly. So I also remember floppy disks and VHSs and Blockbuster. I remember laser discs and Betamax. I bet you don't know Betamax. Watch the Oddity Archive. It's an amazing channel, by the way. 44th minute. I know. I just like Oddity Archive. July 15th. I have to check the schedule. That sounds Gary Bell. It sounds more like a baseball player than a footballer. Wonder how San Antonio's going to do against Sunderland, especially since we're playing a Premier League team. They beat Championship, not Premier League. I didn't think they went up again. Yeah, I agree. Zlatan. Rooney was good for DC, but Zlatan was Zlatan. 45th minute. Like, Zlatan was the best player in the league when Vela had his best years. Cross in for the Union, punched away by Gonzalez. And he goes kamikaze into one of his players, and there's going to be a run for Alianza. They have a chance here, 45th minute, that'll be cleared. And that's going to be halftime already. We are already at halftime, straight on 45 minutes. Exactly. And Gonzalez is down. Kamikaze into one of his players just to end up keeping it 0-0 at the half. 0-0. Alianza contra Philadelphia. Alianza versus Philadelphia is 0-0 at the half. We got 15 minutes in between. We'll finish some of these comments, and then I'll take a break. Floppy disk, are you crazy? Austin lost, I saw. I bet you don't know Betamax. Think again. Betamax was supported by Sony. VHS was supported by Toshiba. Every single company went to VHS eventually. There you go. I don't know. Halftime. San Antonio win against Austin in the Open Cup was great. Oh, yeah, that did happen. Now I remember. Yep. San Antonio can beat an MLS team. I mean, it should have been a Dynamo team considering how bad they were in the U.S. Open Cup. Oh, San Antonio is going to beat the Dynamo this year. I guarantee it. San Antonio is going to draw the Houston Dynamo, and they're going to kick the Dynamo's ass. Benny Ball is over. I'm calling it now. They did an episode of Betamax on that 70s show. Red and Kitty said they chose Betamax. Hilarious. That 70s show is a great show. And that 90s show is a pretty good reboot, I have to say. So, yeah, there you go. I do agree. Kaká or Shaqiri, biggest flop. Shaqiri looks like he will be. Acknowledge me. Dr. Negative has a Cody Rhodes profile picture while saying Roman Reigns is catchphrase. Pick a side. Rio Grande Valley got some good young talent as well. I agree with that. I agree. Best of 3 in football makes me want to cry. Hey, brother, I found a bunch of my now deceased dad stuff on a floppy disk. Brother, I ran them through the shredder with a special disc grinder. Like, did you put all the stuff on your computer and then run it through the shredder, or did you just run it through the shredder? Because well, I don't know, actually. I mean, you could have probably bought a floppy disk reader from Best Buy, and then, like, it seems like you'd still want those memories, unless I won't speak too far. I have no idea if maybe you even didn't want them. I don't know. I have no idea. How we doing, Jordan? We'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, and get on to the second half of this game, and then push on to Tigres Orlando City. 0-0, 0-0 at the half. Sit tight. We'll be back. We're back for the second half, the stats of the half. 3 shots to 3, 1 shot on target to 1 for both sides. 9 steals to 1, 5 fouls to 6. 56% possession to 44% possession. 2 offside to 0, 2 corners to 2, 178 correct passes to 120. Yep. 10 to 27 incorrect passes, 165 passes to 147, 95% pass accuracy to 82%. The Cards, 0 yellows to 1, 0 reds on either side, 0-0 at the half. The Union, they've had their moments. They've been knocking at the door a little bit. Of course, Donovan, had some good chances in the first half. Alianza have had their moments as well. They've defended pretty well. I'd say it's been half and half pretty much. Philly's had their moments. Alianza's had their moments in the first 45. I still think Philly should be up 2-0, 1-0, or 2-0. I don't think this should be a draw. I think on the scoreline, Philly should be better. On the night, performance-wise, I think it's pretty half and half. But right now, I think Philly do have the upper hand slightly. On to the next set of the next half of the game. But we shall see how that plays out in the next 45. I think Philly should end up winning. I think they'll win 1-0. I don't think they'll dominate overall. I think they'll get the win. They'll get home. I think they'll put on some of their bigger players late in the match to get that goal. Take that away goal down to Subaru Park and build on that next leg. So, again, they do have players like Glesnes, Brujo Martinez, Gazdag, Bedoya, Flock, Uda, and Carranza on the bench. They could do a line change if they want to. Take out Donovan and Sullivan for Gazdag, or put in Gazdag as well after taking out Bueno. They can make those moves. I think they should. But that'll be around the 70th minute. If it's still 0-0 or if they go down, they'll probably put those players on and they can probably instantly make it back. So that's the way I see it. But we will keep on watching this through. 11 likes. Hit that like button. Keep it going. Keep it going. Super chats are on as well. So let's keep it going. Doing a good job. Doing a good job here. Let's see. Shred them because they were ancient. I see. Phillies plus 180 money line now, so that looks nice. I mean, if I bet live, I'd go for that money line for sure. Like, I'm good on that. Yeah, sounds like a good money line move. Thoughts on double elimination tournaments? If that happened in MLS, I would scream. Or in Concacaf, I would scream. Double elimination overall, like maybe as a round, is a not that bad of an idea. But if it's a overarching format, I don't like it. So the overarching format, I don't like it. For me personally, I think double elimination is just protecting the lower seed, or as well protecting the team that just doesn't deserve to be protected. But there you go. Awful game. Wolfgang, never mind. Yup. Party idea, everyone brings a charcuterie board, but they have to put a spin on it. For example, a candy board or a McDonald's board. That actually sounds interesting, but actually, White Castle board. A White Castle board. Crystals. If you're in the South. Again, as I said. Like, White Castle ain't half bad, but the Crystals brand is better. just because they put mustard on the burger. It's the same slider. It's like Rallies and Hardee's, pretty much. Or not Rallies and Hardee's. I mean Rallies and Checkers. Or Hardee's and Carl's Jr. See, I know what I was doing there, but Chick-fil-A board. That's also a good idea. Lots of nuggets. The waffle fries. I think you could make a board out of Chick-fil-A. Chicken nuggets, waffle fries. Those small chicken sandwiches, like those breakfast ones. Austin FC loses 3-0 to a horrid team, once again proving MLS is a second-tier league. I don't think it proves that MLS is a second-tier league. It just proves that Austin didn't give a shit. But there you go. It got underrated them and overrated themselves. Crystals is better than White Castle. It's spelled with K, so I know you don't. I know. An apostrophe S, but again, just remember that. If you go down to the south, there you go. Nuggets in the big squeeze bottle of Chick-fil-A sauce and Polynesian sauce, other packs of other sauces. You ain't gonna get a bottle of ranch? I'll take 2 packs of ranch then. That buttermilk ranch by Chick-fil-A is nice though. No joke. That is nice. And it's got a little bit less of a kick. You know, like Hidden Valley Ranch. I'm not saying it has a kick, but it has like a little bit of an acidic back end of it. Like, I think you know, like if you really like ranch, you know what I'm saying. Oh, they don't sell big bottles of ranch. I'm like, I know most people don't like ranch. But Chick-fil-A ranch, though, I think everybody could get behind. I like ranch anyway, but I understand. Otherwise, the ranch would be a big bottle. Okay, there we go. I was just making sure. But again, I just went last August because it was in Mississippi, and I, of course, most of y'all know, went back down. But yeah, they were talking about it. We passed one, and I was like, yeah, because Dad was always like, Crystals is better type stuff. We passed one, and we ate there. We stopped there and ate there. So that was that. But he was right. But there you go. I just have to spread the word. I'm sure it's also in Georgia and Alabama and all that, I'm sure. But, there you go. But again, like, am I the only one, though, that, speaking of ranch, am I the only one that thinks there's a little bit more of an acidic back end to, like, Hidden Valley and all that, but not really the Chick-fil-A ranch? Like, or do people not eat that much ranch? I'm the only one. I'm the only one. Most Honduran teams are very good, but players tend to keep the ball towards the end of the match to look better because they want to be noticed from clubs from abroad. Their biggest folly. Just not in grocery stores. That would make sense. That would be a little bit out of the way just to buy a ranch that doesn't have an acidic back end. I mean, I'd rather, if you told me, like, I could make it easier to buy Chick-fil-A ranch, and it's right next to Hidden Valley, I'd buy Chick-fil-A ranch. But again, I think the difference is Hidden Valley's made to also be on salads, but Chick-fil-A's is not. That's made for dipping, which I do a lot more of that than I'll admit. Kickoff of the second half. Here we go. Alianza have kicked off in the 45th minute. I think that's the difference. But there you go. Philly has a run here. Joaquin Torres plays on to Bueno. Bueno. Cross. Over the bar. Or no, that was Pereira. My bad. Pereira, my bad. What if TFC was playing Real España instead of Vancouver? We'd probably get our ass kicked. We probably would get Independiente again the way we're playing right now. I'll be honest. Yes, there will be a Tigres Orlando watch-along. I've been saying that through the first half. Don't worry. Once this is over, we'll jump on a Tigres Orlando. We'll also review that match against both. The book will be out for that because, of course, for the review. You weren't here. How is number 6 a professional? You could ask that about half MLS players, but, like, that's Andres Pereira. He's played for Orlando. He's been there for ages until he went to Philly. So I don't know why that's a new question. I think you just hate Philly. Oh, Joe Bendick's on the bench. I didn't see that. I thought, well, there you go. Chattanooga. I'll check on that. Tigres is winning. I don't know. I think it'll be tight. If they don't, Pedro Gallese stood in his head. I could tell you that much. 47th minute, free kick here for the Philadelphia Union. They jumped off a little bit. Crossed in by Wagner. Header, played on and past the post. It'll be a goal kick for Alianza. They did not make a goalkeeper substitution. Gonzalez is still on, and it's a corner, actually. Ah, interesting. How is that a corner, though? 47th minute. Baguette man Pierre scores a hat trick. One, why are you crapping on your own team? Second of all, I finally say, Orlando might actually have a good shot because they had a pretty good offseason. Now you're downing your own team. I know it's in Mexico, but I actually gave you credit. Okay. Baguette man. I mean, that could happen. But I prefer the reality where Pedro Gallese makes 3 saves on him point blank. While Austin got destroyed, what happened? They underestimated Violette. They rotated their whole team besides 2 starters, and they played like crap. That's what happened. They got what they deserved, to be honest. Harriel for the throw-in. Don't have hope after how he started MLS. But your team will pull together at some point. You still have Ojeda. You still have Facundo Torres. You still got a really talented team. Who are the side who played Austin FC? Violette from Haiti, Caribbean Club Championship winners. They actually have Steven Saba on their team. Former Montreal Impact midfielder. Remember? I know. I was like, wait, Steven Saba plays there at Violette? When I saw the starting 11, I'm like, didn't he play for Montreal? And then I realized, yeah, he does. So there you go. He's definitely not their best player, but he's a starter there at Violette. So there's some. Austin FC didn't take anybody. Sweetie, sweetie, Haiti. Sweetie, sweetie, Haiti. We're the police of Haiti. Sweetie, sweetie, Haiti. If I did game highlight commentaries, there would be I would just keep going to that joke. I would just keep going to the sweetie, sweetie, Haiti joke for the Violette Austin game. I would just keep pulling that out of the back pocket because I think we got to drive home the point. Austin got owned by a Haitian team. I think we got to drive that home. Especially after the Amro Tarek own goal. How the hell do you do that? Jesus. You just put the sound of the police of Haiti over Amro Tarek just putting a rebound in the back of the net while Stuver's on the other side. Jesus, that was bad. Point blank. Point blank. Straight up. You shouldn't kick it straight. You do. And it wasn't even near going over the bar. It went straight into the net. Not even top bins. It was down the middle. I agree with that. I agree. And then Amro Tarek was just laying down on the pitch for 2 minutes, realizing what the hell, what he just did. I feel sorry for the guy. I mean, I legitimately do. I hope Austin can turn around like how Pumas turned around against New England Revolution when you got spanked in New England, then when New England came to the Pumas Stadium. Well, here's the thing. Pumas are known for comebacks. Austin or not. Austin, you fucked around and you found out. F-A-F-O. F-A-F-O. Coach! How you going to sit your entire team and keep them in Austin and play a B team against a Haitian team thinking you're going to win easily? Josh Wolff, put your motherfucking head back down, you goddamn bum. Coach! You can't seriously tell me. Netherlands versus Cuba and World Baseball Classic tonight. That should be good. Lamel, Ayo Cheetah. Coach! No, I said coach. It's a reference to Chiseled Adonis. Like, when did he do that? I think it was the St. Louis XFL Week 1 game highlight commentary. That's the most recent time he did because St. Louis scored 15 points and came back on Arlington or whatever the hell. Or San Antonio, sorry. And whenever the team does something they shouldn't. Coach, Philadelphia should win. I agree. DC United 3-2 Toronto. Ryan, do you think Wayne considers Bob to be that guy who failed at Swansea City? Oh, yeah, I think he does. I think anybody English considers Bob to be that guy who failed at Swansea City. They probably remember more than somebody. They were making fun of him having somebody act like him called Brad Bobley. I still think Bobby Bacala is a better nickname. Derisive, but still. But, again, yes. Yes. What happens during the Orlando game? Personally, I think it's going to be a tight game. It's going to be 1-0 either way, but Pedro Gallese is going to stand on his head. Keep Orlando in it. That's what I'm going to say. Just wait. Just wait. 44th minute. Here comes Alianza down the flank. It's a 2-on-3. Cross into the box. They have a chance, but it could be cleared. Good thing it did. 54th minute. That'll be out for a throw for Alianza. Shot past the post. Continue to develop football in the United States. I agree. I think they should. I think there needs to be more development. I agree. But the more MLS wins CCL and all that, Austin is officially eliminated. Not yet, but they're damn close. Should have gotten an away goal. Coach! I'm not familiar with anyone remaining in Philadelphia Union except Jamaican GK Andre Blake. I mean, they still got most of their team. Jack Elliott, Nathan Harriel, Kai Wagner. They got Mikhail Uda on the bench. They still got everybody from the MLS Cup team. Like, besides Joaquin Torres coming in and Andres Pereira, they didn't lose anybody. Almost forgot about Pereira until today, I'll admit. Oh, and they got Damian Lowe, too. They also have Damian Lowe. Let's not forget. .56 minute 0-0. I agree he did. Austin Theory sucks. Call my shots today's match. between Alianza and Union will end 0-0. I agree with that. Thoughts on Julian Aude from Lanús coming to the Galaxy, a young, promising left back, 19 years old. I think they need that because they need that as a replacement for Araujo, of course. They need to get it done before the summer. I think it's a good move. I don't know if Aude will be completely ready, but he played for Lanús. So I think he could definitely do work most of the time. I mean, after what Raheem did in their last match, I definitely think maybe they need him. Aude, I should say. So, yeah, I think it'll be a good move. Calling him a theory. Because, yeah, Austin Theory is a theory. He should be great. He has the look. He's annoying. He's good at being a heel, actually getting heel heat. He should be great in the ring, but he's not. Maybe the heat he gets his goal away, but yeah. I mean, Cena was right. Probably. Timbers competed with Club America. I felt good. Austin sucked ass. Hey, it's better to compete than not compete. 57th minute. So, yeah, at least y'all competed. That's a dub. I think you should have, had Niasgoda, I think you would have won that tie because Niasgoda was playing good at that, or before his injury, if he could have kept playing. Yeah, I could agree with that. I think they will. Andres Perea plays on. Here's a chance. Nice play on. Still advantage played. Header down. Save! Save by Gonzalez. You think Vanny will last the season for LA or the middle season get fired? He'll last the season. Don't worry. They wouldn't even fire him as a freaking scapegoat. Well, actually, no, maybe it's possible, but Doritos Ranch is better than Doritos Nacho Cheese, in my honest opinion, says Hans Wolff, and that's absolutely correct. You're damn right. Cross in, punched away, cleared away by Alianza in the 59th minute. Huh. Exactly. '58th minute. I think they'll make their moves. I mean, yeah, Doritos aren't healthy, but their Cool Ranch is delicious. And also, Cool Ranch Doritos Locos Taco. They should have never got rid of that. There are a couple of how do I put this? Are you going to watch the Galaxy game on Saturday to see our supporters boycott? Let me look at the schedule. I have no idea what I'm going to choose that isn't a Toronto game. But I think St. Louis is playing at the same time, yeah? So, interesting. You mean on Concacaf? That can't be the case. No. Bot Mob? Where'd you see this? There we are. No, not there either. I'm interested to see where you saw this. St. Louis is playing, y'all. 60th minute. Waits in Kansas. Never mind. Home openers next week. Okay. 60th minute. They're past the hour mark. I think they'll start making some of their moves, trying to find their goal, their away goal. Settle was settled. 0-0 between both sides. Not a bad result, all things considered, if this stuck. And now they are putting on Gazdag and Carranza. Here we go. The next time they can make a sub, they will. Gazdag and Carranza will be coming on for the Union. They're first of 5. They're 2 first of 5. I think all they need is them, to be honest. I think they could get some out of that. Come on, Philly, says Roy. 61st minute. Oh, Alianza trying to keep the ball in because, of course, if they keep the ball in play, the longer that they can keep Gazdag, Martinez, and Carranza from coming on. Martinez is up there. Yeah, I mean, Chris Mavinga sort of fell off. I could have told you he fell off. I could have told you. 61st minute, getting to the 62nd. It's still in play, but with Philly, they could score before they put on their big subs. Cross in, headed away. Still 0-0. 0-0. Tacos de pastor, said Dr. Negative. Sounds interesting. Sounds good. That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good! I just ate a couple of slices of toast before this game. Then I'll eat some ramen after the football's over. That's enough for me today. I ate 4 pieces of toast. Now they can make the subs. It's going to be Joaquin Torres for Daniel Gazdag. Interesting. Torres has played a pretty good game, though. Self-score. Google lineups. Oh, Google. Yeah, Google F's things up. I don't know what else he would think. Let's see if it's still there. Gazdag for Torres, speaking of. Gazdag for Torres. Sullivan for Carranza. And Martinez, El Brujo. No, I have Googled where it just shows their numbers. So Martinez is on. Just wait. You should wait. Now that they put on some of their big players. Just wait. 63rd minute. Their substitutions. Again, is Joaquin Torres for Daniel Gazdag, Quinn Sullivan for Julian Carranza, and Jesus Bueno for El Brujo Martinez. Jesus Bueno for El Brujo Martinez. Julian Carranza on, or Jesus Bueno off for El Brujo. Quinn Sullivan off for Julian Carranza, and Joaquin Torres off for Daniel Gazdag. Yeah, on iPhone. That's what I thought. Yeah, I'm happy with St. Louis. They've been doing some good. Yeah, they show pictures on iPhone, Google, and numbers on. I can't check that. Right? I can't check iPhone, Google right now, but I'll check later. Yeah, St. Louis has started really well. They're actually underrated. Like, I legitimately think St. Louis, I knew they were going to be a playoff team. I had them predicted to be in the wild card, but they could finish higher. They're playing damn well. They're underrated heavily. St. Louis could be like top 5 or 6 in the West in their first season. I would not be shocked. I could see it happening. 64th minute, yellow card on Damian Law. Bad tackle. With 20 more minutes to go. Or 25 more minutes to go plus stoppage time. Alianza is where the Galaxy discovered Marcelo Sarvis, best midfielder of all time. This is true. Free kick taken by Alianza. They play it forward, 66th minute. 0-0, 0-0. Union put on some of their best players, and they still have 2 subs left. So then that becomes Ura. And but I will say it is. Wait, no. I think it's always the uneven numbers that host the second legs and the quarterfinals. So even if Austin did win their tie, they would host the second leg, but not because of stats. They would host because they were in match one. So if that's the case, I was about to say, the winners of Austin Violette will host the second leg in the quarterfinal. The winner of Orlando Tigres will host the second leg of the second quarterfinal. The winner of Vancouver Real España will host the second leg of the third quarterfinal, and Atlas Olympia, the winner of that, will host second leg. Of their fourth quarterfinal. There we go. What are your early predictions for Toronto's match against the Crew? Toronto are in Canada March 11th. I say a 2-1 win for Toronto. I think it'll be a 2-1 win. I mean, he's right, though. He's right. The first MLS teams are holding the league back. DC is holding the league back. Houston is holding the league back. San Jose is holding the league back. He's right. Like Real Salt Lake. They're not first, but they're older. But they're in that sort of group of teams that are holding the league back. Most of them are the oldest teams, but older teams. Crew, they're doing fine. They're not holding the league back. As well as Colorado, I'm going to say they're trying. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But a lot of the teams that are holding the league back are from that inaugural group. Revolution, they had that great season, but I think they're I don't think they're holding the league back, and it looks like a dog is on the pitch. It looks like a pit bull just ran on the pitch, and he's playing with a football. And, of course, the dog. Yeah. A pit bull ran onto the pitch. Hey, that's actually a better first touch. Hey, hey. FC Dallas. They do well with a little bit, but I think if their academy wasn't so good, they would be holding the league back. But their academy is amazing. That's the saving grace for Dallas. That should be a pen. Call the damn foul. That's not a foul. 69th minute. Dallas is holding. If Dallas didn't have the academy they did, they'd be holding the league back. So their academy is their saving grace. They suck now. They did their job, but they suck now. It's sad because you want the old teams to at least be in the mix. Most of them. You only have like 2. Do you really want them? And that's a foul. That's a foul, but not that. Okay, sure. Free kick for Alianza. Yeah, I'd be pissed too. To me personally, like you want to see DC be in the mix. You want to see San Jose be in the mix, but they're not because they don't care. They suck. They made themselves irrelevant in the ever-growing landscape. Did they save the league? Yes. Or did they push the league forward early? Yes, but now they're behind the times. They're behind the times. Both could be true. Both statements can be true. Pete Concacaf. Concacaf needs VAR every single game. They have VAR here. They just ain't using it. But they do have VAR. They're just not using it. If Philly had Corey Burke, they'd already be up 1-0 right now. This game would be perfect for Corey Burke. I agree. This game would be a perfect one for Corey Burke. Yes, I agree. They need somebody who's going shithouse tonight. Maybe Udo would do that as well, but, I agree. And old teams have to deal with the contracts from old coaches. With new teams, they don't have to deal with the bad contracts and other stuff. Yeah, but Toronto isn't a old team. Like, they're MLS 2.0. Like, anything 2006 and before to me is a old team. So RSL is a old team. Toronto brought in MLS 2.0, such as Seattle did as well. Like, Toronto was the first big expansion team. Like, that was a new era. 72nd minute. So, point is, to me, I just think the older teams are, sadly enough, owned by owners who don't give a crap or don't want to spend money. But maybe that's because those owners are older and they were in the league since day one. There haven't been any sales. So I get what it is, but play forward. Still a Union. At Forge. I think it's pretty cool that Dallas Burn logo. I will admit it's nice that Dallas is honoring their past. What's the difference between 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0? MLS 1.0 was the original MLS. Mostly homegrowns with not really any big foreign stars, but people who did ply their trade in foreign leagues. But it was what it was. 2.0 was when teams started to get the older, aging European stars as DPs, started to spend more money on those players. Expansion era, early expansion era, trying to grow the footprint of the league. The quality of play got a bit better, but it wasn't too great. Then 3.0 was when Atlanta came in and such, and you had more of the South American young talent coming in as DPs with a couple of the aging European stars. Here's a chance for Philly. Shot! Past the post. Couldn't get the tap on. Basically, I would say. No. I agree. They should shoot the cap into the sun. I agree. Red Bulls are decent. No. Who's been the better team? I'd say Philly, slightly. 10 goals. 10 goals. I think Red Bulls, I think they suck, frankly. I think they suck. Like, they're basically a farm club for a corporate conglomerate of football clubs that they barely even care about. Red Bulls, like, they try, but they're a joke. Like, they're soulless anyway, frankly. So, 75th minute. Like, Red Bulls are soulless. This is a tight game so far. I would agree. Found a vintage style 2020 Dodgers World Series champ t-shirt with a ring on it. Would be nice for the gym. I would agree. I think you do like the Dodgers, don't you? I think, honestly, I hope TFC get revenge on the Red Bulls. Like, what exactly is revenge? You could say TFC can be an MLS 2.0 because of Bob Bradley. No, they were an MLS 2.0 because they came in during the start of the expansion era that built the footprint of the league, that had the play get a bit better. They had aging European stars. But they've never moved on to the South American youth. I mean, they tried with Soteldo, but that absolutely failed. And Gallardo, and that absolutely failed. They're about to start winning it consistently. They finally broke through. But if MLS isn't second, if MLS is second tier, Liga MX is second tier too, because they're falling off. They're equal right now. At the very least, MLS and Liga MX are equal right now. MLS is on the way up. Liga MX is on the way down. They're both equal right now. So they're both second tier, frankly. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if a Mexican team wins this CCL, but there's more chances for MLS to win it if the bracket goes like it is in my predictions, than Mexican teams. To me, it seems like there's going to be three, well, not after what Austin pulled, but if Austin can come back, I still think Leon could beat them unless they be a bit more serious there. Like my predictions so far are 3 MLS teams in the semis, 1 Mexican team in the semis. I never said Galaxy was holding the league back. They are not. Now, Chris Klein sucks, and I think their board is trash, but I don't think the Galaxy are holding the league back. It's the overall FMF is getting more and more greedy, and it's been catching up to them, and it just finally caught up to them. Mexico is falling off. League play, international play, Mexico is in trouble, and they're not fixing it. They have been more greedy. They've been selling out for the almighty dollar. They're selling out for the almighty dollar. And they've been doing it for about 10 years, and it finally just started catching up to them. Internationally, Concacaf, league-wise, it's been catching up. It's an overall trend. Not just CONCACAF Champions League, but you look at Nations League, you look at the World Cup, you look at qualifying, you look at Gold Cup, you look at the lower levels, you look at the women's game, you look at the kids' game. It's an overall trend that Mexico's selling out for the almighty dollar. They're not building their talent. They want to make money. They're basically being succubuses to their own teams, taking out the money as much as they can. Rodriguez off from Murillo. It's everything. It's not just the CCL. Look at it. They lost the leagues. They won both leagues cups when there were trophies. That is true. But if you look at everything in the overall macro, Mexico have lost the last Nations League. They lost the last Gold Cup. Mexico finished second in the qualifying, World Cup qualifying. They got knocked out in group stages. They lost the CCL. The only men's trophy they have is the U17 championship. That's it. The U.S. has everything else. We don't know who has the Leagues Cup yet. Leon Flock is coming on for Philadelphia in the 78th minute. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think CONCACAF will win Copa America next year. Canada. Canada's going to win the Copa America next year after they win a double this year. They're winning both the Nations League and the Gold Cup, and they're winning Copa America next year. John Herdman is going to rush everything. I didn't underestimate Orlando City. I said that a pretty good off-season. A low-key off-season. They have a better chance than I thought. Mexican Federation's falling apart. Agreed. The U.S. Pro League didn't start until 96. Just wait for the Nations League. After the World Cup, I can't talk shit, but just wait. Just wait. Just because we got owned in the group stage doesn't mean we still can't dominate CONCACAF. Things just didn't go our way in the group stage. It just didn't. Canada was in a hard group. I agree. And it just never fell their way, but they didn't play too bad. I think people are underrating Canada for what happened in their group stage when it was really a lot of bad luck. A lot of bad luck. It was just a lot of bad bounces. Of course, it wasn't going to be a wake-up call for the FMF. As long as they're making money, stop letting them make money. Stop buying jerseys. They'll still probably make money, but if they feel a little bit of it hid in their pockets, I agree with that. It's all about the money. 81st minute, 0-0. I'm saying Mexico's falling off in the macro, which means Liga MX has been falling off because the FMF are selling out for the almighty dollar. It's been a decade that they've been just going out for all the profits that they can make. And it's finally biting them in the ass. You're finally seeing it all, the bill come due, is what I'm saying. It's been a decade of them falling back and falling back and falling back, and MLS growing, and growing, and the bill's coming due. But right now, I think they're even. But in about 3 to 5 years, I think MLS takes over. Unless Mexico gets their act together, which they're not. They had the chance to do it right now after that World Cup, and they're not doing it. They're still selling off the almighty dollar. So again, the bill has come due. They had the wake-up call to maybe actually stop that situation from happening or overturn the situation. They haven't done it. In the macro, they haven't done it. And yes, they've won 5 straight U17 championships. They've retained that U17 championship, but that's still the only thing they have. Yeah, Fanatics, I agree with it. Okay, that is true, but compared to what I said about both clubs, yes, that's true. I don't know what brought up Oso. No. NYCFC is doing great for MLS. Even though they're rebuilding, they've done great things. Well, we shall see who ends up more correct. I feel like I will. I see the trends in the macro. Seen it for a while, but we'll see. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is just a power shift every so often. We're going to see a late Philly goal. I kind of feel like we will. '83rd minute. Didn't Pumas sign a 40-year-old defender? Well, Dani Alves ain't there no more, if that's what you're talking about. He was there. He isn't no more. '84th minute. Nil-nil. Hariel for a throw-in. Go back and forth like Brazil and Argentina, but a lower level. Fair. Possible. So this argument, I'll predict we'll see another Liga MX MLS CCL final like last year. I predicted that as well. I said Pachuca and Philly. I think we're going to see Pachuca versus Philly. And if Philly wins, there you go. It's MLS's time. If Pachuca wins, which I think it is Pachuca's tournament to lose, but I think it's just because Pachuca is that much better than other Mexican clubs right now. I think they're the best to offer. They're doing really well. Such is life. 85th minute. Philly punching at the door, and that's over the bar. That's in the air. That'll be cleared by Alianza. Straight to Gazdag, though. That's what I was trying to, without just coming out and saying it, that's what I was trying to allude to. But, yeah. Honestly, I'd like to see a U.S. versus Canada Nations League final. I think we're going to see it. $39.40, tomato. You're almost 40. But I do know 40 is a new 30. Saved. That'll be a goal kick. 86th minute. We're going to see Leagues Cup competition this summer in first, second, third place against Concacaf Champions League bid, so all teams should put their talent on the field. I think they will. Remember when the president of Liga MX said he's afraid MLS Liga MX has fallen behind MLS after LA Galaxy and Chivas in America LAFC last year. I agree with that. I remember that was a question. Poor Pumas. Early predictions for the Leagues Cup. I need to see what form teams are in going into the summer. I do think Toronto will win their group. As of now, I still think they're better than both Atlas and New York, barely. But I think they'll get out of their group. That's about as much predictions as I can make. I think St. Louis will get out of their group. Alejandro Bedoya is coming on for Philly, their last sub for Jack McGlynn. I think I saw, no, it's just 6. It's Perea, actually. Why did it look like there was another one? Whatever, but I can't really make early predictions if I don't know what their form is going into like July. What do you think about Jalen Neal? When do you think he'll get sold? Probably a year and a half from now. Either not this summer, but summer of 2024 or winter of 2024. I think he'll make another season, if not 2, but I think he'll get sold pretty soon. I agree. The Blues are my second favorite team in the NHL, yes. Call me biased, but I think the final will be Columbus and either Philly Tigres or LAFC. Oh, Leagues Cup. I mean, I could see it. I think Williford Nancy will get them up more for Leagues Cup, depending on where they are in the table. I think they'll know it's a new competition. They'll start feeling how to play the system better after about 20 matches. I could see it. I'm not saying it'll happen, but I could see it. Jamaica versus Qatar will be a good game. 2 teams. Top 2 teams. And I don't know. I think I would like to see Nicaragua win over Qatar, but I think Qatar wins that one. I don't think they're that bad. Cross in. Off the side netting. Off the side netting in the 88th minute, at least. U.S. and Canada have better economies than Mexico. Some of the good Latin talent might opt to play in MLS instead of Liga MX. It also depends how well some of the Liga MX clubs pay their players. You're wrong. Well, then you're wrong, but I'm not even halfway through being 23. Like, if this was past July, I'd be like, okay, fair. Especially if it was like October or November, I'd be like, okay, fair. But not right now. For those of you going to be the Orlando Tigres Watchalong, it's on FS2. Exactly. Orlando Tigres is on FS2, and I'll turn it when this final whistle blows. I want NYCFC to win US Open Cup. I could see them doing that. 89th minute. This could be worse. 0-0, 0-0, header. Good result for Philly. 47 brand at C704 Shop, Home Field Apparel, Adidas, eBay, Mitchell, and Ness all have better merch than Fanatics. I'll agree, but Fanatics also sells half that merch. See, they know what they're doing. 89-30. Getting to stoppage time. Oh, wow. Tigres are Pachuca favorites to win CCL. Pachuca. Qatar got a new coach, Carlos Queiroz. Could be better. FS2, FFS. And by the way, just so you know, it also could be to where Illinois and Purdue are still playing. Let me see the time on that. Illinois basketball. Not that anybody cares. Illinois basketball. Not that anybody cares. I went final. Okay, we don't have to worry about it being preempted. Yes! The only college basketball I care about is you think Union will win MLS Cup? I think they're one of the favorites. I think they're one of the top 3 favorites. I would take it if I'm a Philly fan. 4 minutes of stoppage time. I mean, I would take it. I wouldn't complain. That pitch in El Salvador needs to be replaced to injury trap waiting to happen. You know they won't replace it, though. You called it? I mean, you said 4 minutes, but you called it. Let me switch this to the Orlando Tigres. Interesting. I can't wait till Jose Mourinho manages a USA win against Granada. That would be awesome. Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho. Decent. It's not as good as the Columbus win. I like both. Dr. Pepper's good at times. Every so often. I like Dr. Pepper. But Coke's my favorite. But I do like Dr. Pepper. Especially cream soda, the vanilla float. Yeah. Decent result for the Union. I agree. Can you go to that, back to your comment for Oscar Pareja? What did you say? I would love Oscar Pareja to coach the Galaxy with 2 DP spots open and the Galaxy's money they have. I would love to see what he would do with that. I agree, actually. We're halfway to end of this game, 92 minutes. Do you like Village in chicken fried steak? I want country white gravy on my chicken fried steak. And mashed potatoes. Country gravy. White gravy. Not brown gravy, white gravy. Because there are things that are better with brown gravy, but there are things that are better with country white gravy as well. Chicken fried steak is one of them. Now, those little Village Inn. I've never heard of Village Inn. So, 93rd minute. Tough matches for MLS tonight, I agree. Hoping the USSF finds a new permanent head coach before the summer's over. They're dragging their feet in the coach search. I agree. You're wrong. It has certain things you want to use with it, but you're wrong. They don't have Village Inns around here. They don't. But the thing about country gravy is it's good on certain things. Biscuits, chicken fried steak, that's over the bar, 93rd minute. I saw it, yes. I know. Brown gravy. It fits a lot more. I agree. But there are things that white gravy's better with. Biscuits, chicken fried steak. Maybe it's a bed and breakfast. Breakfast foods, that's more white gravy. It's good on mashed potatoes too, but especially if you have chicken fried steak. But again, I've never seen somebody make a chicken fried steak with brown gravy. I've never seen it. Because that's just not what you do. At least not in the South. Zelaya from Mauricio is the last sub, and they'll call full time, and it's over. Philadelphia draws 0-0, 0-0 versus Alianza. Philadelphia gets a good result on the road. Not great, but it'll have to do. Sit tight. We'll be back very soon for Tigres versus Orlando on that stream. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in play, share with friends and family, all that great stuff. I'll see you for Tigres, Orlando in a couple of minutes, and then there will be a review of that once the game's over within the hour. I'm running, I'm out. Peace. See ya. Sit tight, or jump over to that, then sit tight. See ya.